Okay, so let's go over some basics for the IELTS exam in terms of the format. I know most of you probably have a general idea of how the exam is structured, but I'm going to briefly go over a few things about the IELTS exam in terms of format so that everybody's on the same page as they're going through this course. Number one, let's look at the format itself. Well, as you know, we go through 4 equal parts. You do the reading first, then the listening and the writing, and your speaking is done separately. You're going to be able to get a score of 0 to 9 for each section of the exam. The exam takes about 3 to 3.5 hours. And keep in mind, this is very important. They are testing your English ability, not your intelligence. Okay? They're testing your English ability. It's an English test. So a lot of times students are confused about, well, I don't know a lot about the reading passages that they're talking about. I don't have a lot of background knowledge. Background knowledge is not required. But you do have to have good English to be able to get a really good score. So that's what you need to be able to know. In terms of the academic reading, the reading is going to be covered over with 40 questions. You're going to be able to, it's going to be on any topic. The reading can be about any academic topic. But again, that doesn't matter because they're not testing your intelligence. They're testing your understanding of English. You have a wide variety of questions when it comes to reading. And also what's very important that you're going to learn for our reading section is that some of the questions go in order. Some of the questions don't go in order. And that's very important to know because then that gives you a good idea about which question set should be done first and which should be done last. So we're going to give you a lot of secrets for how to handle the reading section. Reading hint, like I said earlier, some questions go in order, some do not. Now, with the listening section, 4 parts. 4 parts with the listening section, and basically you have 2 conversations and 2 monologues. Also, when it comes to the listening section of the exam, the test gets progressively more difficult, meaning section 1 is very easy. It's for babies. It's the baby section. I call it the baby section. Very, very easy. Very, very easy. And then as you go through each section, it gets progressively more difficult. And for the listening section, there are basically only 2 types of questions. Multiple choice, fill the blank. Now, there are variations on multiple choice, and there are variations on fill the blank, but those are the 2 only basic kind of questions that you have to do. With the writing section, you have 2 essays that you're going to have to learn how to do very well. Now, it just so happens that I am an expert when it comes to writing. So I'm going to be able to tell you exactly the format and structure and plan, a template, for how to be able to do the essay, the graphical essay, task number 1. And then also teaching you exactly how to write an IELTS task 2 essay. I'm going to tell you the specific format and structure that the grader is looking for. This way, you're going to be able to get a high score in terms of your writing. Task number 1, like I said earlier, it's a graphical essay. All right, and you have to be able to explain the information in the graph. Task number 2 is a basic independent essay. I'm going to teach you how to do it in 4 paragraphs, 4 strong paragraphs, and I'm going to be able to tell you exactly what the grader is looking for when it comes to task number 2. Finally, the speaking section. A lot of people believe that the speaking section is easy, and it is easy in a basic standpoint in terms of what you have to do. But what's important for the speaking section is you have to learn how do I answer the questions. You can't just answer the question. It's all about how you answer the question, because you have to answer the questions in a way that the grader is going to be able to give you a high score. If you don't answer in the right format, in the right structure, it's going to get you a high score of 7, 8, or 9 in speaking. You are not going to get that score. And we're going to teach you how to do that. So, that is just a little bit about the IELTS exam test format. And I look forward to teaching you in the rest of the course. Thanks a lot.